Grand Rising. Hey y'all, I am back with a new video. I just wanted to come on here really quick because I just wanted to document certain processes and stuff like that. I don't think daily vlogs are for me, so I'm probably not going to do daily vlogs, but I do want to come on here anytime like I have something to share, pretty much, so that the video is a little bit more engaging. It's a little bit more, you know, of substance. But anywho, I literally just came back from my passport appointment. Now y'all remember like 3 weeks ago I had to I was taking my passport photo, and I actually decided to take my own passport photos, which wasn't really that hard. I literally took it with my phone. Wasn't really that hard. And I thought I was going to be able to just like do it all in one day, but unfortunately, like, I had to set an appointment and do all of that and yada yada yada. So I just came back from that appointment, and yeah, so I just wanted to like share with y'all my experience. Now, first of all, it was pretty easy. Like, other than like, you didn't really have to wait in line, I guess, because you have an appointment. So I don't think you have to wait in line, but the line wasn't even that long. So I had my appointment. I came up, and then she kind of got all my my details and stuff like that. Now technically you're supposed to bring a copy of your ID, the front and back copy of your ID. You're supposed to bring a copy of your birth certificate and the original birth certificate along with your original ID. So that's what I brought. And then also, obviously, you have to fill out the form. You can either fill out the form online and then print it out, or you can just fill out the form yourself. But I decided, like, I did fill it out online, but I forgot to print it out. So I ended up just like refilling it out while I was there. But one thing about that is, like, being a nomad and like filling out the application, like, they actually ask for a physical address, which is annoying. I don't know if there's gonna be an address on my passport. I'm not exactly entirely sure, but if there is, it's going to have to be my dad's address, because my dad's address is the one that is on my ID, unfortunately. Now, we don't really have like a active relationship right now, so hopefully they don't send it over there. But you can put a mailing address, which I ended up putting my P.O. box as my mailing address that I just opened a few days ago here in this new city that I love, where the money is flowing, y'all. Like, the money is flowing. Like, I've been doing Spark here for the past week, and the money has been so freaking good here. So I'm excited about that. I am going to be buying my travel van soon, so that's very exciting. But anyway, back to the passport. So I ended up taking my own photos, so I have them here, and I basically ended up taking them on my phone. I was able to delete the background, so I just put a white background using my towel. I have this white towel, so I just hung it up as a white background, and then I ended up removing the background. That's like the feature you can do on your photos. If you go to photos and you just click yourself, you'll be able to kind of cut yourself out of the background, and then you can save that as a new photo. So that's what I ended up doing, and then it ended up just being you know, just editing it to make it look like I have a white background. So that's what I ended up doing. So I'm going to show you guys my old ones, and I'm going to show you my new one. So this one was my old photo that I took at Staples. I feel like it's just, I don't know, like, I personally don't like it. I didn't like how like my bra strap was showing, and my shirt looks like disheveled. It wasn't giving, and it just looked really dull. So I ended up taking my own photo, which looks like this. So basically, you can definitely tell that this one's way better. So yeah, so the lady that was processing my passport application, she said, she looked at my photo and she said that, oh, you're not supposed to be smiling in your photo. And I'm like, I'm smiling, but it's not like a big smile. You get what I'm saying? And this, mind you, this one was the one that was taken from Staples, where I'm kind of smiling like the same. You know, I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. But anywho, outside of that, I literally went to the us.gov, the government website, and it said that you can smile in your passport photo as long as your mouth is closed. So obviously you can't smile with your teeth like this, but you can smile like this. So that's what it says on the government website. But she told me that I was not supposed to be smiling in my photo, and that there might be a possibility of my passport being delayed because I was smiling in my photo, which doesn't really make sense to me. But I don't know, maybe, you know, the rules change. I don't know. But yeah, y'all, I'm excited. I'm excited. I did go ahead and I paid for expedited shipping. I did talk to somebody that got expedited shipping, and hers ended up coming in the 6 to 8 week period, which is not expedited. The expedited shipping comes in between 3 to 5 weeks. So yeah, I went ahead and I paid for expedited shipping because, for one, by 3 to 5 weeks, I should definitely be either building out my van or literally be like on my first adventure. So I wanted to make sure I have my passport for that, because y'all yeah, so I wanted to travel this country before I actually leave, because I don't know, I have a feeling that, you know, with the way things are going, with the way like wages are and the way like the job market is, I don't know if that's just in California, and I don't want to completely cut my ties here in the US without traveling outside of California, because California obviously has it the worst. Because I do want to have a certain amount of savings to cover like any sort of maintenance, like any big maintenance things that I might need for my van, or to cover a plane ticket an emergency plane ticket, just in case like shit it really goes down, you know what I mean, just in case, you know. That's just how I'm thinking. But yeah, I want some money to cover, you know, any maintenance with my van. I want it to cover all the gas as I'm traveling, which isn't going to be that much. I mean, it's going to sound like a lot, but like it's probably going to be between like $2,000 to $3,000 in gas. But gas fluctuates depending on what type of state you're in. Now here in California, gas is almost $5 a gallon. But if you go to Ohio might have like gas for $1, $2 a gallon. You get what I'm saying? If you're driving through Ohio, or driving through, you know, some sort of Midwest state where the gas is obviously super cheap. So with that being said, I'm saving up for gas. I'm saving up for maintenance costs. I'm saving up for in case I just need to buy an emergency ticket out of here to Thailand and get out of here and like figure stuff out in case this place really becomes a war zone, like a real life war zone. I am going to save money so I can buy my own food, and I can you know, repair little things here and there in the van. And now I plan on leaving towards the end of spring because I want to make sure my van is built out, and I want to make sure the money, the coins, are saved. Okay, I have everything that I need before I get onto the road, so I can travel comfortably and with a clear conscience that regardless of anything that happens, I have an exit plan. I have an emergency plan. So as far as this car, once I get my van, I am not going to sell this car. I'm just probably either going to store it somewhere or park it at a friend's house while I travel. Now I mentioned that I want to leave towards the end of spring, so I know that it's not going to be like rainy, and I'm not going to run into like super rainy weather. So I'm probably going to leave towards the end of spring, like towards the end of spring, just depending on how long it takes me to build out my van and to save money. So I want to leave towards end of spring, and I want to come back towards like the end or beginning of the end of fall or the beginning of winter, which is like somewhere around Thanksgiving or a little bit after Thanksgiving, but definitely before Christmas time. I want to be back, and then by then I would have traveled all, if not majority, of the 50 states here in America, because I'm like slowly but surely getting to my goal. Now it's either I'm gonna end up settling down in a different state, or I am going to just be leaving the country as a whole. Because you guys know that I've been talking about buying land. I've been looking at vans. It looks like the price of vans have definitely come down. I feel like when you buy it secondhand off of like actual people, you can get a better deal, because say for example somebody puts like a van that has like 200,000 miles, but it's like a 2008, and they want it for like $6,000, $7,000, like some ridiculous price, and nobody's giving them any offers. Then say if they really need that money, they're gonna, you know, put down the price to like I've seen somebody go from like 7,000 to 4,000. So I'm like, okay, like I can definitely do 4,000, because I'm not trying to do more than 4,500, because I will be doing a lot of modifications to the van, and I know that the modifications that I'm going to be doing to the van is going to bring down its resale value. So I don't want to sit up here and spend like $8,000, $9,000 on a freaking van that I'm going to not be able to resell for, you know, at least a third of the price that I bought it for. So yeah, that's just how I feel about it. I can peacefully let go of like $4,000 but I don't want to go any higher than that. But I did decide on the Toyota Sienna van, mainly because of the gas mileage that you can get with the Toyota Sienna. I know like the Nissan, like the high top roof vans are popular, and because they're more comfortable, you can stand up in them, but I just feel like it's just too much. Like, I just want something simple. I want something stealthy because I would prefer stealth over anything else, because literally you can park anywhere. I don't want parking to be a problem for me personally. So yeah, but y'all, it's been great so far. It's been great so far. I just want to explore and enjoy different areas and stuff like that, and I look forward to documenting all of it. And yeah, how are y'all doing? Like, how are y'all doing? What have y'all been up to? Like I said, I'm not trying to spend any unnecessary money if it's not gas or food, but all in all, for my passport, I ended up spending $257, $59, something like that, which is a lot cheaper than what I initially thought my passport was going to cost. I thought it was going to cost like $600 to $700 for my passport, for I don't know, whatever reason, but I thought it was going to cost that much for my passport. But no, it was like, if I didn't have it expedited, it would have been $198, but I ended up spending $259 because she had to reprint my ID, the front and back, and then she ended up putting on that $60 expedited fee. Now, if it doesn't come expedited, I'm gonna be upset, because I feel like I just paid $60 for no reason, but it is what it is. That's pretty much all I have for now, but I am super excited to embark on this journey. Probably the next time y'all see me, I don't know how often I'm going to be putting out these videos, but more than likely, I'm hoping that the next time y'all see me on here, I will be shopping for my van. Right now, I'm already shopping for my van. Now, would I travel in this car? Honestly, y'all, I bought this car for $500. I bought this car for $500. I put in a $200 battery because the battery needed to be replaced. And I replaced the 2 front tires. And then I got an oil change, which reminds me I need to get another oil change very soon. But I got an oil change, 2 front tires, and a new battery, new windshield wipers. And, you know, I detailed this car a couple of times. But yeah, $500 plus the $200 battery. Probably all in all, I probably spent maybe $800 to $900 for this car. And I've put almost 10,000 miles on it since I've gotten it in late September or mid-September. And yeah, it's still going, y'all. So that's why I refuse. Now, it does have a dent. It does have a really bad dent in the car. But I don't care. I literally do not care, because for $500 and I put 10,000 extra miles on it. I don't know, y'all. To me, I feel like it's good, and it's been holding up very well. I'm going to give it another oil change on Monday. So that's why I refuse to spend so much money on cars, because cars aren't even worth as much as people pay for them. It's like actually ridiculous. But yeah, I hope I can find that same sort of situation. Now my van, I don't want it to have any dents. I don't want it to have any like dents or scratches or anything that can look like an eyesore, where that can really stand out, because I'm trying to be stealthy and stuff like that. So I don't want it to have it like, I don't want it to be a bright color like red or like bright blue. I want it to just be, you know, gray, tan, you know, very light blue or silver or white, you know, something like very neutral that doesn't really stand out too much. So I'm willing to, you know, wait, but I am like on the lookout for a van. But I'm definitely not going to be desperate about it, because last time I was desperate about a van, that van only lasted me like 3 months. But all right, y'all. So yeah. So I'm not desperate for a van, but I just wanted to come on here really quick and give you all an update. Your girl's doing good. How are we doing? Let me know in the comments. How are we doing? And yeah, so that's basically my per my last video, because I know my last video has been getting a lot of views, which is crazy. Per my last video, a lot of people were curious as to how I'm going to navigate this situation, because a lot of people are finding themselves in the same situation where, you know, maybe they're at a dead-end job, they are tired of paying bills, or they're living nomadically and they don't really know what their next steps are. For me, I mean, you got to find it. You got to find your happy place. You know, you have to not live in fear. You have to take a risk on yourself, because the worst thing that could happen is that you travel somewhere that you thought was better and the grass isn't really greener, and then you have to move back. But I would rather do that than sit up here and live in fear or live in regret, knowing that I didn't even bother to try. You get what I'm saying? So for me, my goals and my next steps is just to travel around, you know, talk to people, meet new people, you know, go to groups, different social groups, and talk to people, introduce myself, and also like showcase it and film it. But everybody's different. Everybody's needs are different, but yeah, definitely just move around. And if I don't find a state that fits my needs, if I don't find a state that I personally like, where I like the people, I like the laws make sense, right? Like, especially when it comes to having land, owning land, and building on that land, the laws make sense for pertaining to what I want, then, you know, I'll move to a new state. Otherwise, then I'm just going to move out of the country. But ultimately, my goal is just to travel and see different things in different places, and, you know, like, expand my mind and expand my experiences. At the end of the day, like, I want to show y'all, and I want to showcase to people that you shouldn't live in fear. And for two, you don't really need a whole lot. You just need food. You need a warm place, you know, a habitat, a place where you can inhabit comfortably, like a roof over your head. But that roof could look different in any scenario. But people think that they need a fancy car, and they need this, and that they need that, and that they need this, and that they need that. But the truth is, you really don't. Like, you just need to be like content with where you are and content with how things are for you. You know, you just need healthy food, clean water, a roof over your head, you know, a couple clothes on your back. Like, clothes don't really matter, shoes don't really matter, like, you know, like, certain things don't really matter, and you don't really even need to eat every day. Like, all of these things, over consumerism is a real thing, and overcoming consumerism is something that a lot of people need to do. And once you start to overcome consumerism, you start to realize that you are even though you feel like you're not consuming as much, you're consuming as much. Something as simple as showering every single day. If you don't have an issue, if you don't have, like, when you truly sit up here and you practice, like, being more mindful, being more intentional, and overcoming consumerism, you'll start to realize that certain things aren't really necessary. It's not necessary for you to wear a brand new outfit every single day. Like, of course, definitely change your underwear, change your socks, but, you know, you don't need to wear a new shirt every single day. Like, if it's not dirty, you don't need to wear a new shirt every single day. You don't need to wear new pants every single day. Like, you can wear the same pants for 3-4 days in a row, as long as it's not dirty or it doesn't smell weird. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, so to think that you need, like, so many different shirts and pants, it's ridiculous. You know, over consuming that way, thinking that you need to shower every day, hell, thinking that you need to eat every day. When you are content, when you're seriously content, you can, like, eat a piece of fruit for the day and just be cool. Like, you don't need to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day. Like, you're not gonna die if you don't eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day. You're not. And living the nomadic lifestyle, like, a lot of things are brought to your attention. How you're consuming is really brought to your attention, because you really look at how much water you're drinking, how much water you're consuming, how much food you're consuming, how many times you are changing your clothes, how many times you are, like, what you're using. You're a lot more, like, aware of how wasteful you're being. Do you get what I'm saying? So definitely check that. But I just got an order, so I will talk to y'all in a bit. I might come on back on here and talk to y'all if there's anything else I want to update y'all on. If not, I will see y'all in my next video. All right, bye.